Could I just say about the minutes, we are actually taking quite a bit of time to come to terms with this new format.
Yeah. Not just you, Pam.
Not easy for us.
This meeting's going to operate on it, so anything could happen. Right, okay, this is the Banks Peninsula visitor signage, interpretation signage, which looks great. And you've got a resolution there, which Andrew would like to move and Glenn would like to second, or Paul would like to second, sorry. And any debate or questions?
I'm really pleased that this work has been done. It's long overdue, and the interpretation panels will add a lot. The one for the at the entrance to Botanic Gardens, I'm assuming that that's aligned with what Hagley Park staff are doing. Just want to make sure of that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we had some questions on that as well, and we've had some feedback from staff. Location of the sign was fully discussed and determined and agreed on with Botanic Gardens management team. The sign location is on Botanic Gardens Reserve, not within the road corridor. The type of sign is not covered in the Hagley Park or Botanic Gardens master plan, but is considered to be the most appropriate location for the sign while the city is in recovery mode, similarly as the Christchurch Visitor Centre eyesite, which isn't normally in the Botanic Gardens, but currently has its temporary accommodation there.
So, Sarah, the staff agreed with the design of the interpretation panel. Yeah.
They agreed with the siting of it.
The siting.
Yeah,
Right.
That's right. I mean, the design was done a long time ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thanks,
Paul.
Sarah.
I'm just going to speak to it. If that's
Yeah,
right.
you're very welcome.
Look, you might actually wonder why we're sticking a Banks Peninsula sign at the gates of our Botanic Gardens. What I'd like to point out to the members here today is that we have 1 million visitors that go through the Botanical Gardens every year. That has continued post-earthquake. Those 1 million visitors will be exposed to some of our fantastic backyard, which is Banks Peninsula. And if that provides an opportunity for those people to perhaps think about staying another night to go and visit our wonderful backyard, I'm highly supportive of this. I actually urge you all to support placing the signs out there, which have been sitting around for a couple of years. We've now got the opportunity to do it, but also on the Botanical Gardens. I think it's really important that we actually highlight our wonderful backyard, so please support it today.
I don't think anybody's not going to. Yanni and then Andrew.
Yeah, I just kind of had a concern, and to me this is like putting a Sumner sign in the middle of Cathedral Square. I love the signs. I'm very supportive of the design and all the work that's gone into them, and I completely understand them going in the areas that they're named about. I guess what confuses me about this one is that how do people know, given that they're not in Banks Peninsula, when they see a Banks Peninsula sign in the central city, that it's making reference to a place that isn't where they actually are?
It's got a UR here, as far as I'm aware. It's a relationship to the visitor centre.
So one would presume that they would go around and ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just happy to have my vote specifically recorded against this individual one. I support all the others. I do think it is very unusual to have a sign making reference to an area that's not in that area because of the locational nature of this sign. So my suggestion at the board was that it could be integrated into that visitor centre, and I would have no problem with that. But it does seem going in a prominent place right next to a sign that says Christchurch Botanic Gardens, Banks Peninsula, it just seems really out of place. And I mean, as I said, I have no issue with these signs. I actually love this project. I love the work that's gone into it in terms of informative, colourful, interesting signs. I just personally don't feel that this particular sign actually accurately reflects its location and should be in a different place.
I'll put that one separately for you, Yanni. Yep. Anything else, Tim?
I just think it's a fantastic opportunity, as Paul said. You know, like it's a very clever use of. We've got an area which is beautiful, and we get 1 million tourists to add that, to take that opportunity. But also, I do think there has to be an assurance of the link to the visitors centre with that sign. I mean, it's always to the weakest link, to the lowest common denominator. But I think It is an absolutely fantastic opportunity, and we as a city and as community boards and as councillors and as staff have to actually uptake more of this opportunity. So I think it's a great opportunity to take up.
Okay, Andrew.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I'd like to acknowledge the positive comments that have been made by my City Councillor colleagues about the nature of Banks Peninsula and the economic development opportunities that it represents, and also the opportunities for environmental, cultural, touristic experiences. And I think that's exactly the reason that we do need promotional signage in the city centre, where we've got high levels of footfall, so that we can be promoting what, after all, is a part of the Christchurch City Council territorial area. It's entirely appropriate, in my view, that we would be doing that. As the representative for Banks Peninsula, of course, I would be saying that. But I think everybody would agree these are excellent signs. They look absolutely fabulous. The other frustration around this for me is the length of time this particular piece of work has taken. This started off under the Banks Peninsula District Council, which I think demonstrates how long it's taken us to get to the point that we're at making a final decision on this today. For that reason, if no other, I would urge councillors to support option 1, the recommendation, so that we can get on with getting these signs, which have already been manufactured and which are in storage, ready for installation, installed as soon as possible, so that the peninsula and the city can start to get the full benefit of this promotional information, and so that people can realise what a fantastic environment we've got right on our doorstep and part of the City Council Territorial Authority area. Thank you.
Okay, great. Can we put it? And I'll just put recommendations 1 to 9 and leave out 5 at this stage. Okay, I'll put 5 separately afterwards. Okay with that? So 1 to 4 and 6 to 9. It's moved by someone. Moved Andrew and seconded Paul. I've got it already. Okay, I'll put that. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, carried. And then item number 5. Moved Andrew, seconded Paul again. I'll put that. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, carried. Do you want your vote recorded against it, Yanni? Right, okay. So that